Hey, we're back with the Cheeseburger Detainer Lock series, where I use my 3D printed Cheeseburger Detainer Lock in order to tell you about disc detainer locks. The Cheeseburger Detainer is effectively a flattened out model of a disc detainer, so we can get a good visual from either this side or by looking at the sidebar about what is happening inside of a disc detainer lock. In this part, I will tell you the basics of how to pick a disc detainer lock. Now, one thing that you may see at the beginning of any video where somebody picks a disc detainer lock is that they will take something and turn all of the discs as far as they will go. That is effectively doing this. And this accomplishes two things. First of all, anything that is zero cut, and there must be at least one zero cut in any disc detainer for it to work properly, anything that is zero cut is already set. The gate is already in place. The other thing is because while we are picking it, we will be applying a constant motion to the core in this direction, and that will push this against the body. It'll push the sidebar against the body, and the body will be pushing it downward like this. And with these two motions, we are effectively pinching the sidebar. Therefore, it is easier to push other discs away from that pinching direction instead of pushing them towards that pinching direction. And specifically, I'm talking about the binding disc here, the one with higher friction. These, in a real lock, don't slide around so easy, but the binding disc is easier to push this way than it is to push this way. That can have a bigger impact on some locks than on others. But just to start, everything goes as far as it can. And now we're going to apply tension to our zero cut disc, which is the one in back here. A lot of discs have it in front, which is why you have a front tensioning tool such as this. So this would be the part right here that applies the tension on our first disc. And this is the part that goes around and manipulates all of the other discs. So we're applying our tension, and for this model, I'm going to use this. But even before I do anything here, you may be able to tell that the sidebar is leaning a little more toward this side because of this zero cut disc. So let's see if we can get some more discs. We'll start with this one next to it, which is binding, meaning we feel friction on it. And you could tell right there, and you can actually see that this one is binding now too, but you could tell right about here, it has a small range of motion where it is in the disc, or sorry, in the gate, and pretty low friction. It is not binding while it's in this spot. Now this, because this one is set, this one is now binding. And let me dump these ones back out. All right, this one is binding, so we'll turn it. All right, you could probably hear that one click into place. And we can see maybe a little more than before, this sidebar is starting to sink in. This one's binding. Okay, that one is set. It's maybe looks about the same as before, but that's all right. We do know we're making progress based on what we feel on these discs. So let's go to the next one. That one is set. It didn't have as much of a click, but I could feel it, and you may have been able to get a visual on that setting. Still looking like it's getting in there, but not all the way in because we have one more to go. And in fact, for this one, I'm going to rotate it this way so you can see it is, for the most part, it is in there, but it is not all the way in. And I'll push this last one with my finger and try to keep the focus for you here. All right. You could see it sort of slip into the gate there. You don't have it open yet, and if that happens, just let go and then push again, and there we go, we have our open. And this has been how to pick a disc detainer lock using our Cheeseburger Detainer Lock as an example.